All right, and we are live. We are live. First of all, I want to thank everybody for coming tonight at 9 o'clock to listen to the legendary, none other than somebody that I can't name right now, but I want to name. But what we're gonna do is we're gonna go to the first person that he's a very powerful man in the industry, a strong visionary in the industry. And he's helped me out a lot. It helped me grow. It helped me be patient and learn a lot of things about what I haven't learned about in the MLM industry. And somebody that you want to be around continuously to learn. And I look forward to our relationship growing in the industry. And I want to bring out somebody, none other than Mr. Derek Brown himself. So Derek Brown, are you on the line, sir?
Yes, I am, Mr. Godfrey. Can you hear me okay?
Yes, sir. I can hear you. Take it away.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for that awesome introduction, sir. And I also want to thank you for putting this platform together for the League of Legends and all the hard work you do with your online training and marketing. The testimonies are absolutely phenomenal that we're getting from the team as well. So thank you for all you do. And tonight, ladies and gentlemen, you're definitely in for a special treat. We are literally in a position where you want to make sure right now that you grab a pen and paper and prepare to take copious notes. Listen, because you heard, I know there's a great book out there. I'm not a scholar in this area, but it says learning comes by hearing, and hearing again is what an awesome book says. Learning comes by hearing and hearing again. And I can never hear from this gentleman too much. I'm just a copious student of his words, his inspiration. This gentleman knows 100% of the facts that it takes to be successful in this industry and in the business arena in general. He positioned himself several years ago, but he's even now, as we speak, in a situation where he's literally helping others earn unbelievable income. He himself has definitely done deep seven figures, but now he's focusing on helping you and I do the same. He's down to earth. He loves having fun, loves helping everybody reach their goals as well. Ladies and gentlemen, the Director of Training and Field Development for Inspire Network is our special guest tonight, and I'd like to bring to the floor, to the front of the stage this evening, Mr. Damon Crump. Thank you so much for just inspiring us tonight, and you can take the floor, sir.
Thank you so much, Mr. Derek Brown. Can you and the phenomenal Dante Godfrey, can you guys hear me okay? Well, yes, man, sir. I just want to say, first of all, before I get to Mr. Derek Brown, because I can literally talk about this guy for a whole hour, the way he's been a blessing, not only to the Inspire family, but to me and my family personally. Dante, what can I say about you, man? Bringing your skills and your expertise to our company, because you're an online genius. And for you to be able to say, hey, you know what? I see the vision with Inspire. I see where you guys are going, and I want to be a part of this. To me, that's an honor and a privilege, man. And sometimes you can't take those things for granted, because I said this in Tallahassee, Florida on this weekend. You know, a lot of times leaders, they tend to get arrogant. And here's what I mean by that, is that you think you got it all together. You think there's certain people that you don't need them to be a part of what you're doing. But when those individuals buy into the vision and they humble themselves and say, hey, listen, we're going to take on all the battles, all the challenges that you have. Well, you look at that as a collaboration. And that's the way I've seen what you've been able to do, Dante, as well as Jockey Morris, and especially the phenomenal Derek Brown. And guys, I know you're going to hear more from Dante, because he's one of the top customer enrollers in our entire company. So once again, sir, I give you one of my old Navy salutes. Thank you for being a part of this with us. We're honored and privileged. And what can you say about the big boss, guys, Mr. Derek Brown? The guy, first of all, how did this guy get a Jamaica shirt before I've been able to wear one? This guy got some pull, man. I haven't been able to put a Jamaican shirt on my back yet, and he's been able to pull his strings to give. Oh, that shirt looks good, man. It looks good, D Brown. Yeah, definitely. I love it. I love it. But I just want to say, in reference to Derek Brown, he's an icon in my eyes, guys. As I've saw and heard about all the success, he's well liked and loved by everyone that's a part of his organization. And that's one of the things that I see as good leadership. I don't base leadership so much as, you know, how much money you make. Making money is easy. And I know that sounds you know, a little funny to some people, but it is. Making money is not the hardest part of this. It's about how well you're liked and how much having a pleasing personality takes you to the next level. And this man has mastered that. He's well loved. I mean, I make a joke about it, but I'm serious. You know, everywhere I go with him around the country, he's the only person. He's the only person. It doesn't happen when I'm with Mr. Iverson. It doesn't happen when I'm with Mr. Coleman. Anytime I'm with Mr. Derek Brown, somebody's always trying to put their phone in my hand so I can take a picture of them and Derek Brown. I told him, you have to stop that, man. I'm not going to be taking your pictures on the road like I'm one of your fans or groupies or something. But he's a guy that everybody, they just love this guy, man. And I love him as well. And I thank him for what he's been able to do in reference to this company and us. I want to dive into, these guys asked me to come on tonight, and I was honored and privileged to be on their platform for what they're doing. I want to talk to you guys tonight. We have several things I want to cover based upon a conversation I had with Mr. Brown and Dante on tonight. But one of the things I wanted to talk about was legacies take longer. Legacies take longer. And for you guys that don't know, in reference to this, on what I'm about to talk about, a legacy is success solidified. A legacy is success solidified, meaning that you can never undo a legacy. That person has already achieved the epitome of success in the field that they endeavored to be involved in, and you can never go undo it. For example, Steve Jobs, his legacy is solidified. There's nothing that can be done to undo his legacy. Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant, their legacies are solidified. Nothing can be done to unravel their success. Dr. Martin Luther King, his legacy is solidified. Gandhi. That's what I'm trying to get you guys to really understand where we're going on today. But I have to also talk to you about the challenges of building a legacy. Building a legacy, guys, it's never going to be an easy feat that you're going after. And I can honestly tell you guys from the bottom of my heart, Inspire is building a legacy. And I already knew that it wasn't going to be easy. And we still have a lot of milestones to go through. And it wasn't going to be easy from several factors. Number one, being on the other side of the ownership channel of direct sales, I want you guys to understand it's a whole different world. That's number one. Everybody think it's just a snap your finger and hey, man, things are rocking and rolling and where you want it to be. I need you guys to understand when you truly, truly are able to be involved with a legacy play, that's when it's a game changer in where you're headed, because now you're looking to seriously solidify your success. For me personally, and my wife and my kids can actually attest to this, I didn't want to go to an easy company, Mr. Brown, Mr. Godfrey. I didn't. I really didn't. I mean, there were companies out there where literally the owners had sent $7,000 worth of product to my front door and just give it out to your people and get going. But I was really looking for a legacy play. I wanted to connect with some leaders and some individuals that was looking to, number one, build their brand along with the company's brand. And I wanted to take a company or a business to higher heights in the next level. I didn't want to go somewhere where it was easy. I'll never forget, I heard Jim Rohn say it on a training that I listened to. He says, don't wish it was easier, wish you were better. He said, don't wish it was easier, wish that you were better. And that's what I wanted to be, because I know eventually I want to leave a legacy. I'm going to tell you guys this. I've never shared this on none of my coffee shop calls or none of these calls that I've been on or been involved in, but I'm going to share this with you guys tonight. One of the goals of my life, and many of you all know that I'm a fan of biographies. I love to, like the Biography Channel. I just love to see how people did it, you know, from start to finish, where they were born, what was their background, where was their slight edge, what made them overcome the challenges that they were faced with. And for me personally, that's one of my goals. I want the biography of my life to be told. There's going to be a lot of good and the bad in it, but I want it to be able to be told. And for me personally, I knew that to be in a special place and especially in the direct sales industry, I had to take on a special endeavor. And that's all what I was looking for. And Inspire met all those needs for me. And I'm talking to you guys about this on tonight, from my heart, because I really want you to understand where you position at today. And the reason why I talked about legacies take longer, I want you to go back and I want you to look at Steve Jobs' plight. I really want you to go study it. I want you to go look at Dr. Martin Luther King's plight. I want you to see the challenges that all of these individuals had to face. Now, watch this, guys. We've only been dealing with certain things for a few months here with Inspire. Guys, we're talking about years. We're talking about years of challenge after challenge after challenge, misfire after misfire. You know, many people look at Steve Jobs' legacy, and there's a man by the name of Walter Isaacson. And Walter Isaacson was the gentleman. He was a work with Time magazine, and he wrote biographies on like Thomas Edison and Ben Franklin and all these iconic American figures. And Steve Jobs was communicating with Walter Isaacson to write the story of his life. And he told him, he said, hey, listen, I can't do that for you right now because you got too many more ups and downs to go to, because his success wasn't solidified yet. So he said, I need to watch what's going to happen with you before I can ultimately make that decision on whether or not you qualify to be put in that iconic time frame. What I want you guys to know is that Steve Jobs, one of the things that he had when he first started out was that he used to make 200 phone calls a day. Sounds similar? Calling the organizations and everything like that. He used to make 200 plus phone calls a day, getting the phone hung up in his face, trying to get somebody to come out and take a look at what him and Steve Wozniak had put together in a garage. But one of the things I want you to understand is that he got his break from a gentleman by the name of Mike Markkula. And when Mike Markkula gave him a $250,000 line of credit, that changed everything. And Apple, as we know it, was born and started the journey on what it became today. But what many of you guys don't know is Steve Jobs had many failed projects as he was believing. There was even one time, Mr. Brown, that he projected that 1 million sales of computers were going to be made in 90 days. They were like, Steve, you're losing your mind. You're losing your mind on what you're talking about, because we have never sold that amount of computers, never will. And when they launched the new computer that they were shooting to get out to the world, they sold nowhere near 1 million units. Now, here's where I'm going. Was it really that Steve Jobs was a failure at that point? Or was it that he was ahead of his time? And he saw something that he knew was coming, because they had got to the point where these guys were selling 1 million computers a week. See, he knew eventually where it could go and where it was going to go. But most people, they were judging him on where they were and what they were seeing. See, here's what I want you guys to understand. See, when we talk to you guys about 50 million a year, many of you guys, you're scared to project your goals and your dreams. And let me tell you why. Because you have a problem if you don't hit it. You're scared to talk about, you want to go to Dynasty Legend and you want to be earning $250,000 a month, because you are scared of how it's going to happen. See, here's what I learned a long time ago. You don't have to know how it's going to happen. You just need to know that it is going to happen. See, when you know that, it's easy for you to walk in anything that's thrown your way, because we know it's going to happen. See, I want you guys to understand, with the projections that we've been able to make 50 million in a year and through all the challenges that we've had, guys, I want you to understand something. I already knew that was going to be a part of the journey. I accepted it and I wanted it, because I knew in order for us to build a legacy, we had to go somewhere where no one has ever went, and we had to do something that other individuals were afraid to do. You know, one of the things we don't talk about a lot, and I'm not scared to talk about it tonight on this call, is that, even minority ownership, it just doesn't happen. It's not common. It's really not, guys. And we're talking about to the level and the magnitude that we're looking to go to. And that's what we were able to take on. And that was some of the challenges, because most people think that knowing everything, guys, that's overrated. Thinking you got to know everything before you get started. And that's what most distributors do in their business. They think they have to know everything before they get things going. You know, they think, Mr. Godfrey, that they have to know everything about the back office. They got to know everything about how to do a demonstration and what exactly they have to say. No, guys, you got to learn to fail forward. You have to learn to fail forward. Just like John C. Maxwell, he talks about it. He says failing forward is a part of the process. Guys, you're going to fail. You're going, and most people are afraid to be exposed like that. They're afraid to be challenged because that's the part they don't want to accept. But I'm trying to tell you, if you're going to be successful on any level, and if you're looking to have legacy levels of success, well, guess what, guys? You're looking for some serious challenges coming your way, because as we said before, a legacy is success solidified. And for us, we already know we're on that path. Every time the blows come, guys, we accept them. I mean, let's just look at the small things that still, once again, of getting over the challenge. Y'all, activity calculators. We like, guys, you can't print an activity calculator for us. You mean to tell me you're about to print it wrong 3 times? You still got the wrong cover? I'm only trying to tell you just the back end things we're dealing with. We're ready to launch the website. I mean, we're ready to push the button on a customer website, a few more graphical tweaks. And the guy who's doing our graphics for us, he's got the flu. He's in the hospital. I'm saying to myself, man, why? What is it about Inspire that things can't just go smoothly? Well, let me tell y'all this. Let me tell you why I'm smiling still through it all. And I specifically want the leaders. And the leaders, y'all know who you are. I'm talking about real leaders. I'm not talking about people who want to be leaders but don't do the work of a leader. I'm talking about leaders who do the work, who out there doing demos and prospecting and talking to individuals. I'm talking to you. I want you to understand something. You have created, or you're sitting on a platform currently right now that can literally change your life. For those that are innovative enough to take on where we are, you're literally sitting in a position to change your life. I'm going to tell you why. I'm going to give you a living proof of this. But before I do that, I want to give you an example for me. Guys, I'm looking at so many marketing ideas and ways that I saw. There was a magazine that I picked up. I was at the UPS store last night, and I picked up a magazine, and it was about people that live on the south side of Atlanta, Georgia. I mean, business people, phenomenal magazine. Here's what I said immediately looking at the magazine. I say, once our customer site go, because keep in mind, I want to bring everybody to that customer site. Remember, as I said it last night, I want to talk, I'm going to show people the problem. Now we know .net, and then the solution is going to be our customer website. That's going to be my 1-2 punch. Everywhere I'm going, problem, solution, problem, solution. That's the way I'm going to be marketing. But I want you to understand something. I saw in the magazine where I said, I'm going to reach out to the editor as soon as that site go up, and I'm going to send them an article showing them how South Side of Atlanta businessman featured on, and his partners featured on Catholic Ireland with their campaign. In other words, here's what I'm trying to show you. I'm seeing all type of innovative ways. Many of you guys, you have magazines in your local area of, especially Atlanta. So can you imagine you sending them an article, just sending them about you live in the area where the magazines are published. So you are an entrepreneur, a man, a businesswoman. So you literally can get your message to your entire region in and through the magazine based upon you and your partners. You could literally, I want you to think about this. You're an inspired distributor. That's who you are. You can say, hey, me and my partners were featured on the Kathy Ireland. I'm a business owner with them. And obviously I'm a founder of the Now We Know campaign with these guys. See, you remember, you always make everything yours. Everything that's for Inspire is also for you. And now you're getting a feature from that magazine editor where they got you in the magazine interviewing you because you have a businessman or businesswoman that lives in that local area that they're looking to celebrate. And now you're getting all this traffic being driven to your site from your local neighbors because now you're featured in the magazine right in the area that you currently live in. I already see how it's going to happen. It's a slam dunk. I already know what I'm going to send her. I already know what I'm going to get over to her the minute that website go live. So when y'all guys see me featured in it, you hear me telling you that I ain't talk to nobody. I ain't speak to no one. So you hear me saying it now when I'm holding the magazine up to y'all, showing you that we did it because I'm giving you an innovative idea that I'm going to follow through with right now. Why am I telling you all this? I'm telling you this for a reason, guys, because I'm trying to show you you're at a point right now for those that are true leaders, those that are really innovative. You have a chance to really change your life in terms of the income that you're able to make right. See, this is the time you lay the foundation. Guys, it's always going to be slow during the pouring of this foundation. You know, my wife and I, we flipped houses, we've built houses, we've had foundations set up on houses and all that. And what I notice about a foundation, especially when you lay in a concrete foundation, it's one of the longest, tedious parts of actually putting a home together because you got to lay it. You got to dig the ground, first of all. You got to get into the dirt. Then you got to pour the concrete. It has to cure. You have to let it before you can start putting the frame and everything up. That's where many of you guys are right now. But I want you to understand something. When you look at many of the successes in the industry of direct sales, when you look at the successes of individuals that I personally know have been successful, guys, what they've been able to do is they've been able to find a company and they've been able to get there. The company wasn't already together. And what they were able to do was bring the momentum to the company. See, many people want to come to the company when the company already has the momentum. We're talking about you bringing the momentum to the company. So now you're literally in front of the wave that you're being faced with. And this is the way that you take things to the next level. There was a gentleman, guys, I knew in this industry. And many of you guys know him. I know Mr. Brown know him. The guy was earning over $1 million a month in the direct sales industry. But I want you to, well, many people got to see the story. And many people looked at his success. But what I looked at, and I got to be honest with you, why I complimented him so much on what he did was for the simple fact that this guy was able to see something that nobody else saw. Nobody else. And I'm talking about coffee. Nobody was able to see it but him. He was literally the mockery of the industry. Watch this, guys, for years. This guy embraced that concept in 2008. When he was able to get to the company, at the time he was there, from April of 2008 until December 31st, the company was able to do $2 million in revenue. This guy got a hold of the company and he began to bring momentum to that company. And for 6 months, 6 straight months, they had no product. None. Zero. None. This guy and his partners, they used to keep sachets of the coffee in a plastic bag. So literally, they were still doing meetings. They were still doing events, and they would take the plastic bag, they would open it, then they would open the sachet, and they would let you smell it and be like, boy, that's some good coffee, huh? You would literally have to sniff the sachet. That was your way of literally getting a chance to see what the business was all about. But here's where I'm going. I want you to understand what type of vision that took. For this man to realize we got something special here. Because eventually the business caught up with his vision. Steve Jobs, he talked about 1 million computers being sold in 90 days. The business finally caught up with his vision. What I'm trying to say to you leaders, What I'm trying to say to the visionaries, that's what inspire. Guys, your business is going to catch up to your vision. I promise you. I promise you. It's inevitable. See, the one thing that you can't do is lay your foot off the gas, because I have a big vision for this company. Many of you guys know my personal vision is $100 million a year in commissions. Eventually, the business is going to catch up with my vision. And now the incomes that's going to be made by many of us, and I'm talking about residually, that's the part I'm excited about, that it will be a constantly, consistently residual income. That's right, Mr. Brown, that you and your family can depend on. That's what I'm building for. See, that's the true legacy there. Because guys, I want to be honest with you. I want to be honest with you. And I'm glad Mr. Brown and Mr. Godfrey gave me the platform to just speak from my heart on tonight. That's what I need for my family. I don't want to build another company where it's fast income. Guys, I didn't have the fact. Listen, I'm about to tell you something. Many of you guys, you're not going to believe me, but I promise you, some of you guys, you're going to learn to believe me, because you're going to go out and you're going to experience it. Fast income is something I can honestly say I don't ever want to be a part of again. Let me tell you why. Guys, I have had fast income like you'll never believe. 50,000, 60. I'm talking about first 30 days. 50,000, 65,000, 48,000, 37,000. I'm talking about back to back. I've had fast income. But I've never saw how fast it leaves as well. Because what happens is you get these spikes because, once again, it's off of excitement. It's off of recruiting. And the minute that people realize, hold on, this product is overpriced. I can't sell this stuff. I got too much of it. Guys, immediately your income is gone overnight. And here's the thing. Fast income don't give you a warning that it's about to end. And most people, that's why they get in debt. That's why they get in trouble. That's why they be in trouble with the IRS. Because here's what happens. You think the money is going to come that way all the time. Because that's the way you're experiencing it. See, for me, from that right there, after that happened to me 2 or 3 times, guys, I said, I got it. I said, Damon, you got to break the cycle. You got to realize you got to get into something or get to a point where you're experiencing real residual income. Income now that can be a true legacy for your wife and your kids and your family, man. It's gonna be something that you're gonna have to build slower. You're not gonna be able to shoot out the rocket with it all the time for it to happen how you want it to. Because when you're looking to build a legacy, guys, it's like I talked about last night. It's got to be that soup that's simmering, or it's got to be that brisket that you sit on the grill that you got to cook for 8 to 10 hours. It's got to take time. It's got to take time for it to be done right. And I'm only trying to tell you, if you're in the jam and you need a serious fix tomorrow or today, Inspire is not the company for you. Let me tell you why. Because you're going to have the pressure of needing to build fast. And number one, it's not going to happen for you. I'm telling you, I've been in all these predicaments when you're in that desperation mode, because number one, you're reeking of desperation. You're running people from you. Guys, they got people. I'm being honest with you. I'm being honest with you. At the time, I couldn't see myself. But when I look back now, I was like, boy, you were ridiculous. I used to be so aggressive on people, and I thought I was being a good recruiter, but I really wasn't. I was repelling people away from me. Let me tell you why. My situation was so desperate, and I had to have the money of that person joining, to where many of those people were running away from me. And I'm thinking I'm a good recruiter, so I'm not understanding why these people don't want to connect with me, socialize with me. People were running from me. And now I see some of them people to this day, guys, and we have to smile and laugh about how I was. Because I was in a situation where I had too much pressure on the business and the company because of my circumstance. What I'm saying to you guys is, hey, listen, I want you to pace yourself. I want you to take your time. I want you to take the pressure off. I want you to be able to build your business man, with a good spirit to where you're not running people away from you. It feels good. It feels good for me personally, guys, that I can build, inspire, and I don't have to build it from a place of desperation. I don't have to be all over you. I don't have to hound you all day, every day. Guys, I got something that I can present. Either you see it or you don't. I can present the vision of where we're going, and the person that's going to connect with you are going to connect with you. I want you to understand something. Hear my heart on this, guys. There are always going to be people that's ordained to be with you. They're ordained to be with you. You just got to take the journey. Do you think, I want you to think about this. Do you think when I started this journey with Inspire, do you think that I knew that Derek Brown was going to be a part of this journey? I knew of Derek Brown. I didn't know him personally. I knew of him and his accomplishments, but I didn't personally know Mr. Brown. So now to have this man a part of this journey, he was ordained. You see what I'm saying? When you take the steps, there are going to be people that's going to come along the way that's going to be connected to you. I had no idea, guys. I didn't know Dante. I didn't know Mr. Godfrey. But now he's been blessed to be a part of this. He's ordained for the journey. One of those people through all the trials, the tribulations that's stuck in there, that's showing you who's ordained. See, that's the blessed part of the adversity of challenges. See, most people want to shun from it when it's really a blessing, when you got to learn to master adversity, because adversity exposes the true character of individuals that are with you. Guys, do you know how many people looked us in our eyes? They looked us in our eyes. I'm talking about, and looked like they wanted to cry. Y'all know that look where they got crying, they got tears, crocodile tears forming in their eyes. Man, we're with you. Man, we don't care how long it takes. We're here to the end. We're going to fight to the death. And I'm constantly just looking at these individuals, shaking my head to them like, we'll see. The reason why I'm taking that stance is because I need y'all to hear this. Because I understand when adversity strikes, we're going to get a chance to find out where you really stand. Not so much as for us, for what your vision that you claim that you have for this particular opportunity. See, here's the one thing that I say and I show individuals. I'm not going to tell you how much I'm with you. I'm going to show you. I ain't going to talk you to that. I'm just not. I understand what that's like. I'm past that point in my career where I got to keep trying to prove to you who I am and what I'm going to do. Now I'll just show you. When it comes time to show up, when it comes time to be there, I'm just going to show you who we are and what it is that we do. And most individuals along this journey, guys, I've watched them do a lot of talking, but I need you to understand adversity is going to expose. That's why you guys have heard me say, and I mean it from the bottom of my heart, you're not a friend of mine until we've been through something. I'm sorry. Sorry, guys. Until we have some sort of adversity to where it really needs to show where we are with one another. That's on my end too. That's the way it should be for you too. You shouldn't be calling DeMond Crump your friend until we see what it looks like in time of adversity. And that's exactly, personally, guys, the stance that I've taken, because I understand that's going to reveal who's really with you. And the challenges that our company has went through and had to go through, we needed to see where the adversity, how it would show us who is who. So we'll know, because remember, it's always good when it's good. Everybody's with you when it's good. We're talking about now when the challenges arise. What stance are you going to take? Are you going to stand and fight? I'm talking about not just for us, for the vision that you said that you had for this business. And you're the one that looked us in our eyes. And you're the one that said, I'm with you. And oh my goodness, I'll never walk away. Listen, I'm not saying that you bound to us. What I am saying is, guys, have you really, really took a stand in terms of the vision that you've said you have with this particular business and this company? Because I want you to understand, it's never going to be easy when you're formulating a legacy. Legacies take longer. I want to talk to you guys about this on tonight as well. I want to talk about the power of events. I want to talk to you about that tonight. many of you guys, you really take events for granted. You really do. And the reason why I say you take events for granted is because you don't understand what it's like being in the energy of an event, being in the midst. And here's where I'm going to go. Until you are able to learn the same boring, monotonous behavior over and over and over again, you'll never get successful in this industry. See, some of you guys, I don't need to go to the event because it's going to be the same old thing. I want to share this with you. First of all, you should be concerned if you go to the events and it's always changing. I got a problem with that. I got a problem if I'm sitting down in one of Mr. Derek Brown's trainings and I'm taking notes as he's training and he's constantly changing stuff on me in terms of the system and this. I'm getting concerned because hold on, Mr. Brown, your leadership is schizophrenic because this is not precise. I need to master the what you're telling me before I can move on. Let me show you why you need to always be at the trainings and events. Number one, until you learn how to do it. So number one, if you're not doing demos, you ain't training, you can't get up there and teach on the system, you haven't mastered the activity calculator, then you should always be sitting there. You should be the first one kicking the door down to be sitting in the seat so you can master what it is that's being explained to you. Guys, one of the things for me, I love trainings. I love sitting down. I'm so excited to be sitting in the midst of individuals that's growing together all the time. I've been that way my entire career. I don't think there's very few meetings, if any, that I missed that I qualified to be at. I ain't missing no training. If I'm not doing a training somewhere on my own, I'm not going to be sitting at my home and there's a training taking place. Guys, your ambassador has put together a training on the 17th of this month. The 17th of this month. Derek Brown has put together a training. Now, I want you to understand something. This man is always connecting with myself, Mr. Coleman, because he's always thinking about the field. He's always thinking about the next step on how we can go further. But here's what you guys don't understand. You tend to think that training is just for you. You're being selfish. You got new distributors that you just brought on board. You got a team of individuals that don't know what you know. So anytime any of them are sitting in the audience, it's new to them. So now it's unfair to you that you don't promote the training because, oh, that's Derek Brown and I already know what he's going to talk about. I saw him do the demo, but wow, you got a whole new crew of new people. You got a whole bunch of people that's in that have never, ever had the privilege of being to a training because remember, you've brought people in the business since December 9th. So they haven't had a chance to be in the environment. So why wouldn't you promote for them to come on out? Because now you're really, watch this, guys, you're working against your business. Because now you're wondering why your business is not going anywhere. You're wondering why your business is stagnant. And let me show you how bad it really makes it. The trainings are free. You ain't even got to pay to come. And now you don't want to show up because you're too lazy to promote the event and get out of your home on a Saturday to come on out. Let me tell you something about events. Guys, events build belief. If it wasn't for me going to an event for the very first time back in 2007, I don't think I would be in the direct sales industry right now. The gentleman told me, he said, Damon, you got to come to the event. Keep in mind, guys, I'm running and I'm doing meetings and I'm making my little money bonusing. He's like, but I promise you, you got it. Now to keep in mind, the guy's making $1 million plus per year at the time. I'm sitting there making my little 3, 4, 5 grand a month. I'm not willing to humble myself and listen on why I need to go to the event. When I went to that event, I'll never forget. It was in St. Louis, Missouri. We was at the convention center, the Edward Jones Dome. When I walked into that arena, guys, the electricity went through my body. And I was like, I can't wait to come back next year. I didn't even see anything. And I was already excited about getting the opportunity to come back. Here's what I want you to hear, though. Here's the good part. Guys, I had a chance to see people who walked across that stage and who told their stories. And then I began to understand why this man told me I need to come to the event. Because what he wanted me to see was the bigger picture. And he knew that, Damon, if you don't come see the bigger picture, all you're seeing is people living rooms right now. Eventually, your business is going to fall off, because what's going to happen is anytime you get a slow run in your business, or now you're not getting in people's living rooms, or you're not having any action in your business, you don't see the business on a bigger scale. All you're looking at is what you see. You can't see that there's more people involved from all walks of life, different backgrounds and stories. That was the best thing that could have ever happened to me, guys, because it taught me the power of events. And I've never missed an event from that point moving forward. I'm always attending. I'm always there, because it's important for me to always be in the mode of being able to embrace the vision. Guys, do you realize you can literally have a vision, but then you can lose focus on it if you're not constantly embracing it, if you're not constantly in the mix? Yeah, all right, you got a vision, but I'm trying to show you. Okay, here's what I'm saying. Perfect example. Let's do this. I'll prove it to you. I know we got some believers on listening today. And I just want to give you this example. I want to draw this parallel. For all you saved, sanctified, filled with the Holy Ghost. But now you on your way to heaven, you out there doing missions, you helping the homeless. Oh my goodness, you doing everything. But now stop going to service on a consistently basis. Stop getting fed. And watch what begin to happen to your focus in terms of your vision for what you see in terms of ministry. Only reason why I'm saying is because a lot of times when you're not around like-minded individuals. Now, I'm not making the fellowship be the building. Some people fellowship at home. I'm only trying to tell you, my point I'm making is, if you stop the fellowship altogether, just watch what happens to your ultimate vision that you have in terms of ministry. It's going to begin to fade. It's going to begin to die out. Same principle applies, guys. The same thing applies with your business. See, you have to realize when you're having trainings and you're having events, that's time of fellowship. I want to be in the midst, because guess what? I love seeing y'all face. I love hugging individuals. Oh, I'm just praying for y'all. I'm still believing. People got the inspired shirts on, still got their buttons on. That's inspiring for us. Hearing a new testimony of a young lady. See, that's what it's about. It's the gathering of all of us coming together and saying, hey, you know what? You need to be strengthened. I need to be strengthened. You know, I was feeling a little weak. And what it does is it uplifts your spirit to let you know what? I could live to fight another day. See, that's the sacrifice I'm always willing to make in reference to trainings, because I come with a spirit of expectation. I just want to be in the midst. That's what it's about for me, guys. I want to be in the midst. The information they're going to give is extra. But I'm talking about I'm in the midst of people that's heading in the same direction as me. So as I'm getting beat up out here and I'm having challenges of life and my circumstances, I'm able to win because I'm able to look at winners that's still in the fight, that's still going for it. See, that's what training is all about, guys. That's why you should miss the training on the 17th. For those of you all that qualify for Orlando, that's what it's all about. See, here's the deal. I want to share something with you. Many of you guys, you got to stop always wanting to come for the show. It's all about the show. Is somebody going to do something amazing? What they gonna talk about? What they gonna reveal? Is some fireworks gonna be popping? Stop coming for the show. Man, I'm coming so I can really master and I can really apply what these guys are sharing. That's what I'm coming to the training for. I really want to come to master so I can apply, so I can move forward in that direction. Guys, I don't come for the show. I really don't. And I say it this way. There's several times when I'm in town and I go to service with my pastor, I always go sit on the front row. Man, I got a seat because everybody for some reason in service, they don't like sitting in the front row. People all scattered. Oh, I like the front row. I want to be right by the fire. I want to be able to look in his eyes. I want to hear what he's saying. I'm looking at what he got on. I just pay attention to everything. So I'm walking in there and I sit right in the front row. There's a seat always open because nobody ever won't take it. I don't know if they think, oh, that's the man seat for whenever they come, but the seat is always open. It's always there. So when I come, I sit there right in that front seat. And they got some people, you know how some people don't be in church. Some people, amen. Some people, hallelujah, just got to make noise the whole service. Some people in some ministries, they let them run around and get all emotional. But I'm staring intensely. And I'm looking and I'm focused. The reason why is because I really want to hear what you're saying. Number one, because I want to go study it and make sure it line up. But then also because I got to apply this. Now I got to be challenged to apply what you're telling me to my life. Same thing apply in trainings. Guys, when Mr. Derek Brown is training, when the champ Damon Amid Mentals, Jock T. Morris, Diana Towns, and all these powerhouses, when they're training guys, I'm there learning because I want to apply. A lot of times you're not going to see me laughing and joking when somebody's up there training. That's why for me personally, guys, it irritates me when y'all try to talk to me or you're asking me questions about your back office and you got somebody in front of the room training. I'm in learning mode because I'm hearing what they're saying. You got to realize Mr. Derek Brown has a wealth of knowledge. This man has been successful in his life. So even me, your director of training and field development, when he's speaking, I want to hear what he's saying because he's saying something that I can apply to my life and I can apply to become a better leader for Inspire. So I'm only trying to say to you, I don't ever take for granted. It's the fact that, oh, that's D Brown. I know Derek and Brandy, and I go by the house and get some of that good food. No, man, he's training. I need to learn. See, here's what I'm trying to show you. I'm trying to show you a level of discipline you have to have. And many of you guys, you're not ready for that level of discipline. You already know that on the 17th of this month, we having training. And some of you guys, you made a decision that you wouldn't be coming, that you wasn't coming. Because once again, oh, it's the same more Inspire. And here they go again. They're going to be training something to hype us up because I need something new to get me going. No, you don't need anything new. You need to just be consistent at applying the information that you already have. It's not newness that's going to get you there because guess what, guys? For you guys that have been seeing my demonstration, I've been pretty much saying the same thing I've been saying for the last year and a half. It's not going to change. I don't plan on it changing to be anything drastically. It's going to be the same thing because here's what you don't understand. For that new person that's sitting in the audience or that new distributor that's come and see it for the first time, it's the most exciting thing they've ever heard up to that point. That's what I'm trying to get you to see. You need to get your mindset to say, you know what? No, it's about the discipline of going to the trainings. That's what it's about. See, everybody always wants something new with the newest bells and whistles. Oh, what's the new deal out there? What's the new company out there? Because you always need something that gets you emotional. See, I don't want to be emotional, guys. There's nothing wrong with emotions. I want to be able to have character. And character is the ability to carry out a task long after the emotions are gone. That's what I want. I want to be able to be the person when the good feeling of, oh, I saw the pass for the first time and the tap, tap, touch test, and all of a sudden, you know what? No. Guys, I was never emotional about this business decision. I was excited about it. And now the way that I feel that excitement is that I stay in the fellowship among individuals who believe like I do. See, when I'm going to do these focus groups that you guys think is the calendar is blazing with focus groups. We got new individuals that just came. Actually, that Friday night before I was supposed to be at an event in Columbus. If I don't have that event in Columbus, Georgia, I'm going to be there's a new group of individuals that have raised up. They're coming all the way in from Florida. They got a big event in Atlanta that Friday night on the 16th. It's already on the Inspire Events page. I'm going to be there because I want to be in the midst of the action. I want to be about what's going on. Guys, listen, I'm not for the up and down roller coaster. That's why you see us on the same consistent plane. You know why? Because we're going to be talking about the same things in the same arena. We're going to continue to build the business consistently. We're not going to be emotional about it. I want to be able to get in front of those people that's winning, that's still in the game. I want to see that the vision is being validated constantly and consistently. Because I promise you, with all the bells and whistles, when all the smoke's clear, a lot of people are going to be coming right back to Inspire like they're already doing. Y'all wouldn't believe how many people are reigniting their websites. Y'all wouldn't believe how many people been calling, oh, I need to get back on board. Y'all wouldn't believe how many people reaching out to us via Facebook and texting me now, hey, man, when we can sit down and talk about this thing. Because guess what they're seeing? We're not going nowhere, and these guys' language is consistent. And then now the companies I done went to, I done jumped over here and jumped over there, and man, I done recruited, now that done faded, and now my people running out of gas, people not making no money. See, listen what I'm saying to you guys. See, the thing was, we never tried to make this seem like, hey, guys, this is the best thing in the industry and on the planet that you need to be doing. No, here's what we're telling you. Listen, if you want to build a residual legacy, come over here, take your time with us, get you some customers. You're going to recruit you some people along the way. You're going to have some people that's going to come on by default. And eventually over time, you're going to change your life. But ready for this? This time, once you hit your mark, it's going to be consistent. You ain't got to worry about going backwards. You ain't worried about, I got to go recruit a whole bunch of people all over again every few months. No, guys, I'm starting with the end in mind, which means it's going to be slower and it's not going to be the type of mentality that networkers usually embrace, where they're giving you the fast, quick, show me your back office song and dance. I'm telling you how that plays out. I've saw that movie time and time again. I don't want to have a role in that movie anymore. For the first time, I said, you know what? I'm going to buckle down. I'm going to go through the challenge, and I'm going to do it the right way. And if I do it the right way, I'll be able to get to where I want to go. As I told you guys on the call a few weeks ago, I'm looking at Jeff Roberti. Been with his company 21 years, 21 plus years. Same company. The company that Jeff Roberti is with, none of y'all on this Google Hangout would be a part of that company. But guess what? The man has earned almost $100 million in commissions with that company that none of us would be a part of. You know why? Because he took his time, and it took him years to build him a solid customer base. And now his life has changed because of it. The man don't have a need for no more money. Zero, absolutely none. He's financially free forever. He can never tell you how many people's in his group, and he don't care, because all he focuses on is the customers that he's been able to build up over the last 21 years. I'm telling you guys, it takes time to do it right. And legacies are a success solidified. You got to get to the point where you're going to say to yourself, I'm going to discipline myself, and I'm going to go through the pain. Even if you think it's boring, I'm going to go through the pain. When Derek Brown have a training Google Hangout, I'm going to be on it. When Dante is doing a training, a conference call, I'm going to be listening to it. When they go Facebook Live, I'm going to be on it. You got to master this part. This is the part, guys, when I look at Isaiah Thomas. I'll close with this on tonight. And I'll give it to Mr. Brown and Mr. Godfrey to close us out. I looked at the special. I don't know if many of you guys had a chance to see. It was on the NBA TV when Magic Johnson and Isaiah Thomas sat down and they talked. And they embraced now after years because they were the best of friends. And they went their separate ways. And they were able to come together. And they did a 1-hour special on them two sitting across from each other. And it's had some heart-to-heart conversation. But Isaiah Thomas said it was one summer because Magic Johnson asked him the question. He said, how did it fall apart? He said, in Detroit, he was speaking of. He said, man, one summer I was in the gym shooting. And he says, man, you know, we used to work out 14, 15 hours a day. Literally, you know, I had the gym in my house. So I would just go take a nap. I would eat. I would go right back in the gym. And he says, I shot all summer long. He said to where I snapped my wrist. And my wrist, basically, he broke his wrist because he shot so much. He was going through the same activity over and over and over because he was getting ready for the season because he wanted to take things to another level. And what I saw was when he was sharing that, I was like, wow, look at this man, greatness. You mean to tell me you used to practice playing basketball 14 to 15 hours a day, doing the same old workouts and routines? That's what the great ones do. The great ones know how to do it over and over and over again. They ain't afraid to do it. They ain't afraid to say the same things. They know it's important to be in the mix of what's happening because there's always going to be a new surge of activity. There's always going to be a new group. Guys, we got a whole bunch of people that have never heard of Inspire. See what many of you guys do? You always base your opportunity based upon your circle of influence or everybody that I know about it. The people that I talk to on Facebook, they already heard of the Now We Know campaign. They saw the Cherish demonstration. They got a whole world out there. Don't know nothing about Now We Know. They don't know nothing about Cherish. That's how you should be thinking. Guys, I'm thinking about the world. I'm not thinking about my circle of influence. That's the way I see my opportunity. And when I go to the trainings, that's why I'm sitting there, because until I'm able to get into that arena, I'm not done with where we need to go by a long shot. Your company hasn't scratched the surface on where we need to be and where we're going. But I can tell you this, those individuals that have planted their flag here, you have planted your flag on a platform that's going to be game changing for your ministry, your vision, your personal brand that you're looking to launch. All those people that you see successful in those companies, and I can name them, the Stormy Wellingtons of the world, the Holton Bugs of the world. All of them always catch companies at a point that don't have no momentum. What they tend to do is they bring the momentum to the forefront. And that's where everything changes for them and who they are. And everybody right now is on the same playing field with Inspire Network. But now, what would you do to bring your brand forward? You got a company right now that's a blank canvas that's saying, hey, we're looking for the leaders to draw the picture however they want to. You got right now, you got the right to draw the picture however you want to, but that's where they catch those companies at. That's how they bring the momentum, and that's how they get their legendary names. It's not a company that they go into that's already hot. They make it hot, and that's the way they're able to go to the next level. On that note, Mr. Derek Brown, Mr. Dante Godfrey, man, love you guys. Thank y'all for having me on tonight, being able to share and allowing me to just share the platform from my heart. Hey, February 17th, Saturday, Atlanta, Georgia, 1 p.m. to 4 p.m. We are going to be rocking and rolling. We're going to be hosted by our ambassador, Mr. Derek Brown. I know you guys are going to be there. For those that wasn't going to be there, your mind should be made up to attend. And don't forget about Orlando the following week for those leaders that are qualified for the leadership retreat. On that note, Mr. Brown, Mr. Godfrey, back to you guys.
Thank you, sir. Absolutely phenomenal. We thank you for training tonight. Guys, you heard it direct from our Director of Training and Field Development. Again, Mr. Damon Crump, thank you so much for that awesome information. Legacies take time to build. Legacies take time to build. and the importance of attending events and the importance of promoting events as well. So, Mr. Crump, again, we thank you so much for those words of wisdom. Guys, this was a special training tonight. We have our training every single Tuesday right here on this Hangout in the Hoffa Network. So make sure that you promote the event on the 17th, as you heard direct from Mr. Crump, and make sure you promote these events, these trainings, the focus groups that we have. Guys, as you heard again from our Director of Training and Field Development, we are literally in a place where we're going to create the momentum. So we want to make sure that we have these trainings consistently and that we have special guests come aboard as well, because we're in a great time. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to tell you, we couldn't be in a better time. That just touched me, Mr. Crump, even when you shared how some of these leaders, literally the companies they plugged into didn't have any momentum. There wasn't anything popping. And what they did was they put their belief level where it needed to be and then put their work activity where it needed to be, and they made it happen. They bought the energy. Absolutely phenomenal. So I am done. I'm blown away. I'm going to watch this recording over and over as well. And I'm going to turn it over to our fearless leader, Mr. Dante Godfrey, our internet guru in charge.
Thank you, Mr. Brown. Thank you, legendary Mr. Brown. You gotta call him legendary Mr. Brown. You can't just say Mr. Brown, you know. First of all, I want to say thank you as well, Mr. Crump, for even taking the time out of your busy schedule. I know you could have been anywhere in the world, literally in the world, since we opened up Jamaica too. So you could have been there as well. But you were here with us in the Hoffa Network, you know, sharing the knowledge on this platform. I want to say thank you for that. One thing that I've learned from this is leadership is a platform. Leadership is a format. Leadership is a format. That's pretty much what it is. You say the same thing. You're very consistent in what you do. And we want to model that here in our team, being consistent, you know, sharing the message, getting the message out, no matter what it takes, you know, having that get it done attitude. So that's what we're doing here in the Hoffa Network and the League of Legends as well. So I want to definitely say thank you for that. For everybody who's out there right now, we definitely I want to bring up that Mr. Brown and the Hoffa Network, we actually have focus groups, digital focus groups, every Sunday and Thursday. Yes, Sunday and Thursday at 9 o'clock. So if you do have participants, if you do have guests, right, we do those consistently, right, on Sunday at 9 o'clock, right, and Thursday at 9 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That's when you want to actually promote. And just like Mr. Crump said, you definitely want to promote and get in the vision of promoting your business. Even though you might not be able to make it and you're doing something else, you might be at a focus group. But guess what? We want to take over the digital industry simply by promoting while you're doing something else. Promote here so we can take care of the business. We can take care of you on this end as well. So that's what we're building the platform for. We want to make sure this is global. We want to get the word out about the Now We Know campaign, about our mission. And I'm going to make sure here with this platform that this is another means to help you grow and build your business. All right. So definitely want to thank everybody for coming out and have a great day. This hangout is adjourned. Take it easy.
And if I may, Mr. Godfrey, just one more very quick thing. Okay. Guys, while this was a training session, if we have any guests that visited us, you'll actually see a get started button and a try our product button. At any time, you can even review this recording, or right now, you can actually see the product that's causing the frenzy. You can actually try the product right now by clicking that try our product button that's right below. And the individual that shared this link with you will get the credit for that as well. But you need to see, and you may want to try the product that is literally causing the level of leadership that you just heard from our Director of Training and Field Development. Good night. God bless, guys.
Most definitely. Take it easy.